Hello there, this is the Reverend Canon Phil Harris, known to many as simply Father Phil. This is my second video dealing with Israel and addressing the false narrative that we are seemingly constantly fed on the news and social media as the war in Gaza continues to dominate the headlines. Indeed, the false narrative that we are fed determines also how people typically react towards Israel, leading to some shocking anti-Semitic behaviour. Please keep an open mind and at least go and check out the facts that I present here. And so in my last video I dealt with the vast Palestinian lie. We discovered, in the words of PLO Commander Zouir Moshen, that there is no such thing as a Palestinian people. Let me remind you of what he said. The Palestinian people does not exist. The creation of a Palestinian state is only a means for continuing our struggle against the state of Israel for our Arab unity. In reality, today, there is no difference between Jordanians, Palestinians, Syrians and Lebanese. Only for political and tactical reasons do we speak today about the existence of a Palestinian people. Since Arab national interests demand that we posit the existence of a distinct Palestinian people to oppose Zionism. Now, when this reality is pointed out, the response frequently is heard, Jews stole our land, or Jews stole Arab land. In the next few minutes of this video and a few minutes into part 2, I will deal with that misnomer and put a pin in that bubble, succinctly popping it. In 1300 BCE, the law was given to Moses, evidenced by historical finds, and Joshua, Moses' successor to the leadership of the 12 tribes, conquered the land of Canaan, led by God, again supported by historical finds. Moses and Joshua therefore introduce us to the monotheistic Judaistic faith. The 12 tribes form the kingdom of Israel. Later, it split into the kingdoms of Israel and Judea. Now, fast forward to 586 BCE, when the Babylonians conquered Israel and destroyed Solomon's temple, razing Jerusalem to the ground. The Jewish people were taken into captivity in Babylon, and you will know a song about that, By the Rivers of Babylon, famous by Boney M, who was singing directly from the Bible. 50 years later, the Persians defeated the Babylonians and gained control of Israel in 539 BCE. They allowed the Jews to return to their homeland, and the Second Temple was built in 516 BCE. Now, move forward 2 centuries, when Alexander in 332 BCE conquered the entire region and began 200 years of Hellenistic Greek control of Israel. Now, this lasted until the Jewish rebellion of the Maccabees in 167 BCE. And this is where we get the Jewish festival of Hanukkah, where that comes from. Hanukkah means dedication, and the festival marks the rededication of the temple in Jerusalem. Jewish control ended in 63 BCE, 63 years before Christ, when the Roman general Pompey captured Jerusalem. Another 100 years and the Jews rebelled again, which led to the Romans destroying the Second Temple in AD 70. A part of that temple still stands today. It is the Western Wall. The Roman Empire declined, but not before Constantine converted to Christianity and built the Church of the Resurrection in Jerusalem. From the splintered Roman Empire in 324 AD, the Byzantine period emerged after the conversion of Constantine. The Byzantine era lasted in Israel for 3 centuries and marked the rise of Christianity in the region. The next chapter is the 7th century, when Islam was founded in 638 AD. By 641 AD, the entire region was conquered and the area was controlled for 400 years by the Arab Caliphate. In 1099 AD, the Crusaders captured Jerusalem and slaughtered many, including Jews. The battles between the Christian Crusaders and the Muslims continued until 1291 AD, when the Mamelukes, who converted to Islam and practiced radical Islam, took over. In 1517 AD, the Ottoman Empire conquered Israel and ruled over it until the end of World War I. When the Ottoman Empire fell in 1917, the British Empire took a mandate over Israel up until 1948. Note here that there has never been a state in the Holy Land other than the state of Israel. There's never been an Arab state in the Holy Land. In 1948, the state of Israel was founded. Throughout this period, we should also note that Jews remained in the land. In fact, in 1864, a census taken by the British Embassy found twice as many Jews than Arabs living in Jerusalem. A common misconception is that the Jews were forced into the diaspora by the Romans after the destruction of the Second Temple in Jerusalem in the year AD 70. And then, magically, 1800 years later, they suddenly returned to Palestine, demanding their country back. In reality, the Jewish people have maintained ties to their historic homeland for over 3,700 years. A national language and a distinct civilization have been preserved. The Jewish people base their claim to the land of Israel on at least 4 premises. 1. God promised the land to the patriarch Abraham. 2. The Jewish people settled and developed the land. 3. The international community granted political sovereignty in Palestine to the Jewish people. And 4. The territory was captured in defensive wars. I'm going to end this video here. Next time I will look at the development of the land by the Jews, not the Arabs. And I hope that as I've been through this, you found these few minutes helpful. Tune in to the next video in the next few days when we'll continue this discussion. Until then, will you pray with me for the peace of Jerusalem and pray for the peace of the Holy Land? See you next time.